My name is Andreas. I'm a professor of operational risk, banking and finance at University College Dublin. We have a master's in renewable energy and environmental finance, and I'm also one of only 2 members in personal capacity of the European Union's Technical Expert Group for Sustainable Finance. And so this morning, it was a great honor for me to present on the Technical Expert Group. I presented about the taxonomy, I presented about our benchmarks report, and I explained the opportunities that investors have. So we get the task from the European Union to develop an investment style, not the full methodology, just the minimum requirements, to guide all the investors on the route to net carbon neutral. The very, very important route to net carbon neutral, because most of the European Union countries, the vast majority, want to be net carbon neutral by 2050. So how do we do that? There is 3 very important points. First, you need a climate scenario. So we very clearly say that the best institution to make climate scenarios, most scientific, least biased, is the IPCC. So we're saying we have the IPCC climate scenario, and of course we're not tolerating overshoot. And we are ambitious, we go for the 1.5 degree scenario with no limited overshoot from the IPCC. That's our climate scenario. That is what Paris-aligned benchmark indexes and climate transition indexes will follow. Number 2, you need a starting point. So we are saying that on the climate transition index, the EU climate transition index to be precise, you're starting at 30% reduction on your greenhouse gas intensity. And on the Paris-aligned index, which is somewhat more ambitious, the EU Paris-aligned index, you start on 50% reduction towards the investable universe. So you have starting points. One is here and one is here, but both are way better than the investable universe. And then you have to go on. It's like a diet. You have to be disciplined year on year. And we're expecting anyone that wants to be a Paris-aligned or a climate transition investor to actually reduce their greenhouse gas intensity year on year by 7%. We do prevent greenwashing with some specific extra requirements, and we're having emissions intensity computed as divided by total value, which you can't greenwash either. So we have something which we think is really awesome. In addition to that, we also have this beautiful legislation from the European Council and the European Parliament, and of course we work for the European Commission here. That means that all investment benchmarks except interest and currency will have to report ESG information very soon going forward. And so the major equity indexes, most importantly the major bond market indexes, will have to report some ESG information, thereby educating investors and helping all of us to get on the route to net carbon neutral, which is what our generation has to achieve. That's really our generational ambition, if you want to burden, but if we don't achieve that, we get boiled like the frog in the hot water pot. That's what I talked about the EU Tech Sustainable Finance. We also do summer schools and other things. Reach out to us. We're happy to talk to you. Any European citizen, any global citizen, very welcome. Cheers.